Greetings. Welcome to the Soul Wisp. I'm your storyteller, Carlisle Munson. Today's story is called The Locket. In a small coastal town in Maine, where the fog clung to the cliffs like a secret, lived an elderly woman named Clara. She ran a cluttered antique shop tucked between a diner and a bait shop, its windows filled with oddities, cracked teacups, faded postcards, a brass compass that never pointed north. Locals called her shop Clara's Keep, but few ventured inside. Clara was kind but quiet, her gray eyes carrying a weight no one could place. One rainy autumn, a stranger named Eli, a man in his 30s with a worn leather jacket and restless hands, wandered into the shop. He wasn't looking for anything specific, just shelter from the drizzle and his own thoughts. Clara watched him browse, her gaze lingering as he picked up a small tarnished locket with no clasp, etched with a faint spiral. "That one's been waiting," she said, her voice soft but deliberate. Eli frowned, unsure what she meant. She didn't explain, just handed him the locket and waved off his offer to pay. "Keep it close," she said. "It'll show you." Eli, skeptical but intrigued, slipped the locket into his pocket. That night, in his rented room above the diner, he opened it. Inside was no photo, no keepsake, just a tiny folded scrap of paper with a single word in shaky handwriting. "Listen." He scoffed, but something about the words stuck, like a song he couldn't unhear. Over the next few days, Eli noticed things. The locket seemed to warm in his pocket when he passed certain places. The pier where gulls screamed at dawn, the library where an old man read aloud to no one, the cliff path where Clara walked each evening, staring at the sea. One night, unable to sleep, he followed her. She stood at the cliff's edge, whispering to the waves, her words lost in the wind. The locket burned against his chest. He approached her the next day. "What is this thing?" he asked, holding up the locket. Clara smiled, her eyes distant. "It's a reminder. Some moments, some voices. They're louder than others if you listen. Most people don't." Eli pressed her, but she only said, "Live with it. You'll see." Frustrated, he stayed in town longer than planned. He started noticing more. The way the diner cook hummed old jazz tunes, the rhythm of the tide against the rocks, the stories in the pauses of strangers' conversations. The locket didn't guide him to treasure or secrets, just to presence, to the small fleeting things that made life feel vast. Years later, after Clara had passed and the shop had closed, Eli returned to the cliff. He was older now, his hands steadier, his heart fuller. He opened the locket, now worn smooth from years in his pocket, and found the paper gone. In its place was a new word, etched faintly inside the metal. "Stay." He smiled, knowing it wasn't about the town, but about the moments he'd learned to carry. Eli never told anyone about the locket. He became a quiet fixture in the town, listening to its pulse, its people, its sea, and somewhere Clara's Keep stood empty, but its windows still caught the light, as if waiting for the next soul to hear what it had to say. Thank you for listening to my story. Till next time, may God smile on you and bless you.